it doesn't look very attractive to read. May I know anybody went back and you read already? Oh, you did? Oh, thank you. I'm pleasantly surprised. But I can understand it because it doesn't look exactly the most encouraging thing to read. Anybody read comics? You do, okay. Anybody read storybooks and novels? Okay, not too bad. Anybody don't read at all? Don't read at all. Okay. I will try encourage you to try reading. Huh? Reading is the first step to knowledge. Like Dogman, very interesting. You know, do you read the Dogman poster that I pasted up? You did? I pasted the Dogman poster up there. Yeah, very interesting. Okay. Now, look. So I can understand if you have trouble reading this. Okay, but let's take a look at it now. And the good thing about this is here, the problems are given, so are the solutions. Now in your workbook, yes, much fewer things. Alright? You only see the question. Tell me, do you prefer reading this or reading this? Because these are solutions, right? Right. It's colorful. It's better than reading this, right? Even though it's still few sentences, but hey, sorry, this part you have to fill up, right? So let's give it a try now. Look at this page, okay? And I'm going to just ask you to do exactly what we have been doing all the while. Okay? So, right at the side here at the bottom, I'm going to write down all the notes that I've been wanting you to take. So in this story on page 72, what is the first quantity? Thank you. See, this has to start going around again. Okay. Okay, so we start off with our roving mic. The first quantity is yellow. Okay, move on. You want to answer, continue answer also can. The second quantity is green. Green. And I ask you to take notes what are the next two things that I will write. Sum and difference. Okay, so in this new segment under ratio is called changing ratio. Now, during COVID period, a lot of people struggled. One of the issues was kids cannot go to school, shops cannot open, and a lot of like restaurants, cafes, and food places, they have to close. Right now, because it's COVID and people cannot go out to eat. So a lot of business start to, lose money and close. At that point of time, there was an important need to do what? To change themselves. So a lot of food businesses started to do things like, sorry? Online, correct. Online businesses, home business, running the business, food business from home, Grab food, food panda, Deliveroo. This started to be very popular. So companies, restaurants and cafes have to change themselves. I can't have people coming to my restaurant. What do I need to do? I have to change and start sending my food to people. So for that to happen, they have to be willing to change, to learn new things, right? But what is one thing that didn't change, that also ensured their success?
They still sell food.
That is right. And why do you think they still need to sell food?
To make a living.
Yeah, to make a living, but I can say other things like, because people still need to there's one thing that doesn't change, right? People still need to eat. And many people still don't cook. And they still used to buy food, right? Quite a lot of people. But of course, yes, some people started to change. They started to cook food, huh? But in all things, you realize that in all situations, a person needs to change. You need to change. You need to realize that, hey, you are older now. You are 12 years, going to be 12 years old. But what shouldn't change? You need to eat, you need to learn, you need to persevere, you need to try, you need to play. And all these factors, you look at the question now. Tell me, over here, what has changed? Yellow, green, sum and difference. Look at the story, what has changed and what hasn't changed. The story says, the ratio of, oh very good, some of you can answer already. The ratio of the number of yellow buttons to the number of green buttons was 2:3. After she brought 27 more green buttons, the ratio of the yellow to green became 4:9. How many buttons did Mariam have at first? Okay, so that's the story. Over here I wrote yellow, green, sum and difference. I write in ratio as well. Now tell me, has the ratio changed? Yes, of course. Yes, thank you. Because here already say the ratio became, so there's a change in ratio. Okay, let's ask, did yellow change? Yellow didn't change. Unchanged or no change. Or you can say stay the same. Okay, yellow stay the same. What changed?
Green.
Green changed. Sorry, change. Okay, change. So no change, unchanged, no change. Change in green. Some change.
Yes.
Some definitely change. Difference?
Yes.
Also change. So you realize that a lot of things change, huh? Green change, some change, different change, ratio also change. So what is the key to this question? The key is look for the one that didn't change. No change. Unchanged, no change, same. So like COVID, I say the key to survival is people still need to eat. The key to surviving changing ratio is finding out what didn't change. So in this question, you realize here that the number of yellow buttons remain unchanged. So for the yellow, first it was 2:3. So I have yellow and is 2 units. Yellow, no change, always stay the same throughout. But green is the one that has changes. Green at first. Then you have green the end. Green at first and green after. So green at first was 3 units. Yellow is the one that's not supposed to change, but it became 4 units after that. But yellow is not supposed to change. So this goes back to the ratio of 3 quantities. So yellow not supposed to have changed. So that means I will times 2 to make it become 4. And then green became times 2, it was 6. And then it was 9. So green became 9 units. Green was at first 6 units. If you look at the model, this is what is showing here. Yellow is 2 units. The yellow didn't change. Still the same length. The green was 3 units. But now the green became longer. To be able to make them To be able to see what has changed, I turn yellow to what is equivalent. Then see, 3 units is the change. So 3 units is 27. Okay, looks a bit complicated. Later we solve more questions in the workbook, then we get it already. Let's go and look at the next one. See here. In this question here, on page 74, the clue is already given here. The clue is that I have might, I have no, and I have the terms sum, difference, and ratio. On page 74, this is the story. Might, no, sum, difference, ratio. Now, okay, so here says, in the story, there's a ratio given. The ratio was might to no was 2 to 1. And then after that, at the end of it, you realize that the story says, so that the ratio become 1 to 5. So obviously the ratio changed. So like we said earlier, the key to solving all changing ratios is to find out what is the one that's not changing. So here says, how many marbles must might give no? Might give to no means here give to no. That means might will have minus something, no will have plus something. So both of them will change. If the both of them change, that means the difference within them also will change. Then what's the only thing that is not changing? The sum. The total, no change. The total number of marbles did not change. So between the two of them, they are exchanging things. But none of them is like giving the marbles away to someone else. None of them is losing marbles. So it's just exchanging amongst themselves. So the total didn't change. The sum didn't change. So the clue was, I have might to no and the total. This is at first. It was 2 is to 1 is to 3 units. Now, at the end of it, at the end of it, the change, the ratio is to become 1 is to 5, so the total is 6 units. So, the clue we said is that the total didn't change. So, I will match the total like how we do the ratio of 3 quantities. Right? So now can you see why ratio of 3 quantities is like in the middle? It's like, that is like the key to the next part on changing ratio. So I'll match the total. To match the total, I have to change this to 6 units. That means I change this and I change this. So now the total is at 6 units. Then I can compare the units change. At first it's 4 is to 2 is to 6. After it's 1 is to 5 is to 6. So the sum is 6 units. Correct. So what happened? How come might will have 1 unit? So the giving is between might and no. So might give units away to no. So might was 4 units. He ended up become 1 unit. How many units did he give away? 3 units, right? So minus 3 units. How many units did Nor gave? 3 units also. Can you see? Can you see the solution is happening already? So I have the story here. The key is, okay, the total didn't change. The story is that might give to no. I mean the total the same, I check out how did it change. The change is in here might give away 3 units, give to no. No is 2 plus 3, 5 units. Then you can see the 3 units already. Okay? So now we try. You see so many questions here. All solutions provided. Let's just take a look at here. Page 80. Here gives you suggestions. These 3 questions are either unchanged, one unchanged quantity, unchanged total, or unchanged difference. Now I didn't talk about unchanged difference. You try to find which one is the one that is unchanged quantity, which one is the one unchanged total, and which one is the unchanged difference. We discuss with your table mate now and label. Which question? 1, 2, or 3? Which one is an unchanged quantity? Which one is an unchanged total? Which one is an unchanged difference? Okay? 2 minutes. Okay? Press the microphone now. Okay, Janisha will answer the one question 1, okay? You can answer the next question. Okay, the trick, no need to solve, you just need to answer which one is which one. Okay, 2 minutes passed already. Ready? Okay, the first one with the Mr. Go with the kaya and cheese buns. The second question is the marbles between Ravi and Peter. And the third question is number of students in class A versus number of students in class B. Well, look at the chunky story, already quite challenging. Janisha, are you ready? Not ready. Skylar, are you ready to answer? If not, Ryan will answer. Aiden, you are ready to answer? You can choose question 1, 2, or 3, which one you want to answer. You need to identify which one is an unchanged total question, which is an unchanged difference question, and which one is an unchanged 1 PT question. Anybody is ready to answer? Jared, okay. Which question would you like to take? Question 1, okay. Mr. Go had a total of 250 kaya and buns and cheese buns. The ratio of the number of kaya to the number of cheese was 3:2. After, that's the story that's happening, selling the same number of kaya and cheese buns, the ratio of the number of kaya to the number of cheese became 3:1. How many kaya buns did Mr. Go sell? So you have kaya, cheese, sum, difference, and ratio. Obviously, ratio is changing. Okay. What else is changing? The total is changing. That's true because there's some buns being sold. What else changed? Kaya changed. Cheese also changed. How do you know also changed? Because here says selling kaya and sell cheese. Both got sold. So all changed. Everything changed. Okay? Got things not changed, man? Difference. That's right. So for this question is unchanged difference. How do you know it's unchanged difference? The key is selling the same number. This is the most important clue. So both kaya and cheese have same number disappeared. It's just like saying, if I compare Giselle and Ansel, she at first has $10, Ansel at first has $8. Okay? $10, $8. I take $3 away from each of them. Take away $3, how much? 7. Take away $3, how much? 5. What's the difference between both of them? Still the same. Can you understand? Okay? Right? So, kaya sometimes, cheese sometimes. They sell the same amount, that way. The difference between them, still the same. Okay? Okay. Question 2. Ganesha's ready. Okay. At first, story happened. The ratio of the number of marbles between Ravi to the number of Peter was 1:2. After Ravi had given 20 marbles to his friends, the ratio of the marbles Ravi had to Peter was 3:7. How many marbles did Peter have at first? So I have Ravi, Peter, sum, difference, ratio. Obviously ratio change, nothing to say. 1:2 become 3:7. Okay, Ravi, change. Okay, Ravi, change. Okay. Okay, you continue?
No.
Peter, no change. Sum? Change. Difference?
Yes.
Why did sum and difference change? It's not said, what? Okay, so because Ravi changed, so confirm their sum and difference change. But how is it that you know that Peter didn't change?
They never say.
They never say. But what's more important is that Ravi gave the marbles to who? Is it to Peter? No, it's to somebody else. So Peter, nothing happened. So it's unchanged. One unchanged quantity question. Okay, so in other words, the last question will be unchanged total. Come, Ryan, answer then. How do you know it's unchanged total? Obviously, ratio has changed. Again, 5:1 become 1:2. So definitely ratio change. Okay, so how is it that your friends are able to say right now after solving question 1, question 2, we already know that this is the one unchanged total? How do you know? What's the clue here? A change, B change. Difference also change, but some didn't change. Your mic is there.
So people transfer to the other class.
The other class, which class? Class C?
B.
B. So what is happening? Yes. They are exchanging among themselves. Okay? Different from Ravi because Ravi gave to somebody else. Ravi didn't give to Peter. Is that okay? Okay. Okay, let's start solving the questions. So, the really important part, hurry. The really most important part is doing the annotation. And your friends are able to answer because of the clues in the question. Okay? Now, let's begin. ratio. What happened to Marianne? When she went home? She wasn't here in the morning already. Oh no, okay, never mind. Okay, let's start already. This is level 2 changing ratio. You realize that it's straight after ratio of key quantities, like I explained. You really need to see how the skills are actually adaptable and continuous. Just like the restaurant chef still need to cook, so the skills continue. Okay, but of course the tactics have to change. So here I start writing my notes. I have Peter and Ravi. Oh, they like Peter and Ravi. They are the characters in the book actually, right in front. That's Ravi here. You don't know? There are actually people in the book. All the characters in the word problems. Eh? Here, buddies. Yeah, yes. Janice, Siti, Peter, Ravi, and then this is Robbie. Robbie. So you have Peter, Ravi, sum, difference, and of course ratio is changing. Okay, the number of marbles Peter had to the number of marbles Ravi had was in the ratio of 8:5. So, at first, the ratio of Peter to Ravi is 8:5. After giving 18 marbles to his friends, Peter had the same number of marbles as Ravi. How many marbles did Ravi have? Okay, let's take a look. Did Peter change? Yes, Peter changed. Peter changed because he gave marbles away. Did he give to Ravi? No, it's to somebody else. So did Ravi change? Peter changed, yes, Peter changed because he gave away. Did Ravi change? No. Ravi no change. By this time I already see Ravi no change, I already can solve already. I don't really have to bother about the sum difference and ratio. Why? Because here Ravi is not changed. Peter changed. So at the end, after, the number of units that Ravi is supposed to have supposed to stay the same. Right? So I'll say 5 units. Ravi is still going to be 5. So Ravi, no change. Ravi is still 5. Peter to Ravi, yeah? Okay. So Peter changed to become what? 5 also. How do you know? Yeah lah, same. Peter had the same number as marbles after. So in other words, what happened? 3 units disappear. Minus 3 units. Now, if I draw the model out, it will help to visualize this. At first, Peter is 8 units. And Ravi, 5 units. So up to this point, they are the same. So in other words, Peter gave away, then they become the same, huh? After that, same. Ravi, no change. So change is what? Change is Peter. These 3 units disappear. Is sum need or not? No need. Difference need or not? No need. Ratio, here lah. Ratio change, of course change. Because Peter changed. So 3 units is what? 18, no? Ravi from start to end also never changed. So Ravi is how many units? Hey, the mic is still there, right? Yeah, answer. Sorry. Correct, right? Yes. Can solve already? Okay? Ravi, from the start to the end, Ravi always had 30 marbles. Okay, now, tell me, who feels that I see this ratio, I can solve already? Who says that with the model, I understand even better? Okay. So you know what to do, during exam time? If you reach here, you can solve very good. If you draw it, you draw out the ratio, still a bit trouble, draw it out. Okay? Now, what's the most important thing I'll say is this notes part. It forces you to pay attention to the details in the question. Okay, easy, difficult, okay? Okay? Anybody find easy? Good, Okay, move on, Move on. Now, question 2 a bit similar, So you see whether we can go a bit faster. Some apples, some oranges. Jason not very important, so ignore Jason. It can be Ansel, can be Skylar, can be Shami. Somebody sell apple, oranges, not so important. But is apple and orange important? So at the start, its ratio is 5:4. He sold apples and the ratio changed. Ratio changed, So at the start is apples and orange at first. 5:4. Okay. At the end, it changed. Apple, orange at the end. Change. Become 1:2. I left some space in the middle. You know why? Okay, because yes, because Achilles said, because you want to find out what happened. No, because you want to find out what happened. You said model, You said model. Yeah, the model I'll draw at the side. Yeah, but actually this middle space is something happened. At first, then something happened, become the end, Yes, correct. Okay, apple change? Yes, change. Oranges got change or not? Oranges got change or not? No, no change. Because did he sell apple? Did he sell orange? No, never sell orange one. So orange no change. So only sum and difference actually no need also. So orange no change. Orange no change. So what do I need to do? I make orange the same. Orange at the end is 2 units here. So I must change. How to divide by 2? You have decimal already, they're very hard already. Your units become parts already. I change here. Orange mark, stay the same. Orange change to 4 units. So apple will change to how many units? Can see? I changed the orange, no change. So apple, how many units disappear? Okay, draw model out. Maybe model helps better. At the first, apple, 5 units. Orange, 4 units. Okay, like that. After apple, some apple disappear, orange become 2 units. Can you see the 2 units for the orange? Then apple 1 unit. Can see it or not? I merge them together, so looks something like that. Apple after, orange after. Two is to 1. Can see? Then how many orange? How many units apple disappear? 3 units. So again, 3 units is 42 apples. Or 42 fruits. Okay, wait. Very important here. How many apples did Jason have at first? This is the key question. Under my race, the end of the question, very important, is ask for apples at first. Okay, 1 unit is how much? 12. So at first, apple how many units? 5. Can solve? Come, Cheryl, what's the answer? Ryan, pass the microphone, go away. Huh? Oh, use 14, you. Calculation error, minus half mark, minus 1 mark. For me. I didn't calculate at all. I just wrote down what I heard. So I also copy wrong answer, bad example. Who also copy wrong answer? Anybody else also copy wrong answer? Yeah, you copied 12. I never do working. I heard someone say 12, then I write down 12. Ugly said that. Ugly! You made mistake. I copy your mistake. It's not 60, it's 70. Hello. Do you do working? Huh? Then how do you get 12? Check your calculations. Okay, Ken, is this okay? Feeling okay? Look, class, if you feel that this is okay, congratulations. Because by right, this is the hardest part of ratio. Yeah, if it's easy, then congratulations. Oh, well done. Hey, it's not just about the tuition, it's about you being able to do also. Can you give some credit to yourself? Right? That you also tried to learn, isn't it? Okay, question 3 on YouTube. Ken, you can try to do by yourself first. Okay, but they're identical, It's identical. Okay, next. Go to Alice and Bernice on page 98. Okay? Last question of the day. Okay, last session of the day, you have Alice, Bernice, sum, and difference. And the story goes like this. At the start, Alice and Bernice, they have some money in the ratio of 7:3. Here comes what happened. After Alice had given Bernice some money, the ratio of the money that Alice had to the money Bernice had became 7:13. Looking at this ratio, it looks like someone didn't change. Is it true? Very misleading already. Very good. Huh? It looks like you look at 7:3, then becomes 7:13. You would think that Alice didn't change, isn't it? But actually both of them changed. So misleading. So what is the clue here? The clue is Alice gave money to Bernice. So Alice changed. Bernice also changed. What is the change? The change is Alice give to Bernice. The ratio also changed. So just now answer already provided the answer. They say the sum of the money both of them have no change. Because whatever happened is between themselves. They exchange the money amongst themselves. So Alice gave to Bernice. So by right, both of them supposed to change. So I write here. At first, Alice to Bernice to total. The sum didn't change. Alice is 7 units. Bernice is 3 units. The total is 10 units. Now, I leave a space in the middle. I go after at the end. At the end, the ratio of Alice to Bernice is 7:13. It's so misleading because it looks as if Alice didn't change. But we all know that that's not true because Alice gave money to Bernice. So the thing that is true is what answer say. The total didn't change. Because they exchange money amongst themselves. So it is the sum that didn't change. So I should change the total here to 20. Match it up. Now, can you see what happened between Alice and Bernice? How many units did Alice lose? How many units did Alice lose? 7. How many units did Bernice gain? 7. Now, in the end, Bernice had $204 more than Alice. The quantity that is provided is the difference. The difference is at the end, which is (13 minus 7 units), which is 6 units. 6 units is $204. You are looking for 7 units. How much did the money give? Is this okay? This is given difference. Okay, this one is a bit harder, right? Okay, your challenge is, for some of you who feel okay to take out the challenge, go back and draw this model out. Okay? And the other question 3 on YouTube already. Okay? One question here, model here, solve the remaining. Is this okay? Then we pause here. Tomorrow we continue. Okay? Those of us who need to follow up with your homework, you follow up with your homework. Okay?